mubyeyi urifuza guteganyiriza umwana wawe ejo heza, gana mu mashuri ya apejerwa ariyo Lycée de Ruhango Ikirezi hamwe na Emeru Intwari. Muri Lycée de Ruhango Ikirezi tubafitiye amashami akurikira: Culinary Art cyangwa se ibijyanye n'ubutetsi, hari level 1, level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Food and Beverage Services tubafitiye level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye kandi accounting cyangwa se ibaruramari level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubukanishi bw'amamodoka mu byiciro bikurikira: Auto Engine Technology level 3, Auto Transmission and Control System Technology level 4, Automobile Transmission and Control System Technology level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubwubatsi Masonry level ya 3, level ya 4 ndetse na level ya 5. Tubafitiye Tourism ubukerarugendo level ya 3, iya 4 ndetse n'iya 5. Turabibutsa ko tubafitiye n'icyiciro rusange Tonkome. Naho muri Emeru Intwari tubafitiye amashami y'umwaka umwe akurikira: Automotive Technology ubukanishi bw'amamodoka level ya mbere, Hairdressing ubwiza no gutunganya umusatsi level ya mbere, Tailoring ubudozi level ya mbere, Masonry ubwubatsi level ya mbere. Muri aya mashuri yombi tubafitiye abarimu b'inzobere harimo n'abaturuka hanze y'igihugu. Tubafitiye kandi n'amacumbi y'abakobwa ndetse n'ay'abahungu. Abanyeshuri bacu bakora ingendo shuri mu gihugu ndetse no hanze yacu. Tubaha umwanya wo kwimenyereza umwuga mu bigo bijyanye n'ibyo biga. Dukorera kandi graduation abanyeshuri basoje amasomo yabo. Aya mashuri aherereye mu mujyi wa Ruhango hafi ya gare. Ku bindi bisobanuro mwaduhamagara kuri 0788 cyangwa se 0722 mwanaduhamagara kandi kuri 0788 cyangwa se 0788 mwanadusura kuri website y'ishuri www.apejerwa.ac.rw. umurimo ukozwe neza utuma batugirira icyizere.
Good morning. My name is François Hakorimana. I am one of trainers of Lycée de Ruhango-IKIREZI in motor vehicle mechanics. Now, we are going to see a new course, a new module called Perform Hydraulic System Maintenance. The code of the module is ATCHM501. This means we have ATC, means Automotive Transmission and Control System Hydraulic Maintenance. The course is in level 5. Then, first of all, let us see the learning objectives of this course. By the end of this course, each learner should be able to, the first one, identify correctly the hydraulic system used in fluid power systems. The second one, each learner should be able to classify effectively the types of hydraulic systems used in fluid power systems. The last one will be to maintain effectively a hydraulic system of a fluid power system. Those are 3 learning objectives which we are going to focus on. Then let us see a definition. What is hydraulics? What do you mean by hydraulics? Hydraulics, in a few words, means oil. But not only oil, but it is oil plus the ability to do work. This is the real meaning of hydraulics. We use oil also plus the ability to do work. Not only oil stable, but oil in motion. Let us see learning unit number 1. It is identify hydraulic system components. For learning outcome of learning unit number 1, learning outcome number 1 is identify hydraulic system. This learning unit number 1 of it has learning outcome 1.1. We are going to identify in general hydraulic system. A hydraulic system must have so many components so that it may be full. One component can never fulfill all functions of a hydraulic system, but it must have so many components. Each one must fulfill its function and transfer energy to another one so that the system may be full. Now, let us see what we call graphic symbols. We are going to see some graphic symbols which will help us to construct, to build, or to form a full hydraulic system circuit. Now, remember the topic. Remember the topic is identify hydraulic system of a fluid power system. Then, any hydraulic system must have so many components. But before going on hydraulic system components, let us see first of all what we call hydraulic basic principles. Basic principles of hydraulics. The principles are like regulations which lead someone. But hydraulic system also has some regulations or principles which lead any action. The first one, we have hydraulics are practically or we can say liquids are practically incompressible. The liquids are practically incompressible because, for example, water, oil, they have compact, they have closer atoms. The main reason why they are practically incompressible. This will be the main advantage in hydraulic system. For oil to be incompressible, it is an advantage. The second one will be liquid have no shape of their own. For example, when you take water and put it into a bottle, water will take the shape of a bottle. For example, if you have a container like this one, and we put water inside or oil inside, liquid will take the shape of this container. The main reason why we say liquids have no shape of their own, but they have the shape. They take the shape of a container. Okay. The third one, liquids transmit the applied forces in all directions. For example, if we take liquid in one side and direct it in different containers, the liquid will be routed in all containers. Let's do a simple sketch. For example, we take liquid here. Here we have a mass of 1,000 kilograms. Then we put liquid, oil, or hydraulics in this tube. Once we apply a force at this piston, it will move down and then push oil. Also, oil will push the three kind of pistons at the same rate. Also, they will move at the same time. When we push here, those will be pushed upward. This means that liquid transmit the applied forces in all directions. We apply force here, then the force will be applied in all directions. This comes from the principle from Pascal's law. The last one is liquid provide great increase in the workforce. This means that, for example, we can have a simple piston. a little piston here can be used. We have a little piston in a small cylinder. Here we have a larger cylinder. Then we have a larger rod here. Then when we apply force here, we can move this larger load upward by using a small piston. This means the principle is telling us that the liquids provide a great increase in the work force. By using a small cylinder, we can raise up a larger load. For example, an hydraulic jack can raise up a truck. Okay, this means that liquid can provide great increase in the work force. Those are what we call basic principles of hydraulics. Those are basic principles which lead us to understand well what is hydraulics. Then let us move on. Let us have some graphic symbols which will help us to design a simple but full hydraulic system circuit. First of all, we have line. This is oil line or piping. We have a hydraulic reservoir. We have a hydraulic reservoir must have two pipes. The first one will take liquid from the reservoir up to the system. The second one will take the used oil and take it back into the reservoir. The main reason why you see a flash here. Also, we shall have an electrical motor. Electrical motor which will drive the pump. Also, we shall have a hydraulic pump. A hydraulic pump. This is a pump driver. This is used to drive the pump. Electrical motor which uses alternative current will be used to drive the hydraulic pump. Also, we are having a directional control valve. We have a directional control valve 4/3. Its type is 4/3. This means we have 4 ports, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also here we have where the oil is coming from and oil destination. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Also here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Means we have 4 ports, also 3 ways, 3 positions. The positions are the first one, the second one, the third one. We have 4/3 directional control valve. This is a directional control valve, which will be used to direct the oil from the reservoir to the work, also from work to the reservoir. We shall have also a hydraulic cylinder. A hydraulic cylinder must have 2 ports. 1, 2. Also, we shall have a relief valve. A relief valve can be designed as follows. Yes, soon we are going to see how we can use all those components in order to form a full hydraulic circuit. After a relief valve, we shall have a filter. Then let us use those many components in order to form a full circuit. We have a directional control valve activated by a lever This is a full hydraulic circuit. The first one, we have a reservoir. We have line. We have pump. We have relief valve. We have a directional control valve. As we saw it here, directional control valve. Also, we have a hydraulic cylinder. We have a returning filter. Let us try to describe each function, each component's function. we have a reservoir here. Its purpose is to store hydraulic oil for the system. Then we have a hydraulic pump. A hydraulic pump, its function is to convert hydraulic power into mechanical power by using a hydraulic motor. It takes hydraulic energy and it takes mechanical energy and convert hydraulic energy into hydraulic power. Then we have here a relief valve. Then a relief valve is used to direct oil when we are in neutral position here, when there is no work, when we don't need to raise up the load here. When we do not need to raise the load here, our directional control, we don't shift here. Then oil is directed at this side, and here it is closed. There is no oil which can pass through this control valve. Then oil will lose the way and then try to push the relief valve, and then oil will be returned to the reservoir. This is a pilot oil which will push this button down, and then oil will pass here and to the reservoir. Also, when we need to raise our load, we shall shift in this direction. Then oil, the position will be changed as follows. This position will be shifted here in a neutral position. Then our flash will be changed as follows. Then oil will be directed here, and then will be directed, then oil will be directed at this side, and then we raise the load by using this piston. Then after, the oil above the piston will return into reservoir by passing in directional control valve, also in returning filter to remove impurities. Then oil will be directed into reservoir. Then our load will be raised up. It will take this shape. Our load will be raised up. When we need to lower our load, the direction will be changed. We shall shift at this direction. Then this position will be changed as follows. We shall direct oil from the pump to the above of the piston. Oil will take this path up to the above of piston. Then oil will push piston downward, and then oil at this side will be lowered from here, continue in returning filter also to the reservoir. Then this is a full hydraulic circuit. Let us see the three types of hydraulic system maintenance. We have good guys and bad guys in hydraulics. Good guys, we have a normal operation. We have a clean lines. Good level, good tightening, and so on. In bad guys, we have water, air, heat, corrosion, and so on. If those are introduced in hydraulic oil, it will be dangerous. But when you have normal operation, it's good cleanliness, good level, good tightening. It's good things in a hydraulic system. Then, when we need to maintain our hydraulic systems to prevent it from malfunctions, we can remove water into hydraulics. We can remove air in oil. We can remove heat in oil. Then we can perform daily maintenance. Daily maintenance is how to check the machine or a system from impurities, from dirty, and then to check it everywhere by doing it from each morning. When you want to start your job, first of all, you must check your function from so many things. Then we have periodic maintenance. From daily maintenance, you can check the level of oil. You can check if the machine is well operating before going at work. Then for periodic maintenance, you can replace. It's nothing but replacement of old components. For example, filters and so on. We have general maintenance. General maintenance is to perform all the two kinds of maintenances in order to be general. It is general. It's to check everything. By understanding this, soon we shall see a small tutorial or a small video how we can maintain or we can revise a hydraulic jack, because a hydraulic jack is one of the applications of hydraulic system. Now let's have a hydraulic jack. This is one of the applications of hydraulic system. A hydraulic jack is used to raise up a load, a larger load, by using a small component like this one. We have seen it in 4 basic principles where we said that the liquids provide great increase in the work force. Then we use a hydraulic jack of a small cylinder to raise a larger load. Then a hydraulic cylinder can have so many problems. When there is air in oil, it is a problem. Before we have seen that we have what we call bad guys. In bad guys, we have seen that there is water, air, heat, and corrosion. When we have air in liquids, sometimes the system becomes defective. For example, when we want to raise up a car, this will not be possible because it will fail and sometimes can cause accidents. Then, when we push down this, you see that this will be pushed down for there is air in oil. Now, we are going to have a small maintenance of a hydraulic jack. Now, let us proceed. So, a hydraulic jack has so many components. The first one is a release valve. A release valve is used to remove oil inside or to maintain oil in one chamber so that it may not return back when the load is up. Also, is used to release oil from from the pressure chamber to the lower chamber in order to raise down, in order to lower down the load. Then we have a piston side. We have a piston here. Also, we have a housing. We have a saddle. Also, we have a ram. Then we have also a housing. Here we have a filling pot. This is a filling pot. When we need to fill a hydraulic jack with oil, we use this pot. Now, let us see how we can repair this hydraulic jack so that it may function well. Let us use a bench vise. Let us start by removing a release valve. After having removed a release valve, you must remove all oil. We must remove all oil. All quantity of oil must be removed before disassembling. After having removed the oil, we have to start by removing a needle, a release valve. Now, let's start by removing piston side. We have 3 clips here. We have to remove it first. This is a 3 clips. We have another one here. Then we remove the piston side. This is a piston. This is like a single cylinder. It is small than this one. This is a small cylinder. We have check valves inside. We have check valves inside. Then we have to disassemble this pressure side. Yes, in order to avoid the dust, let us arrange them here. In maintenance, we must also clean each component. As you see, we have corrosion here. Then you clean. Check if the check valves are in good positions. They are still good. No need of change. Then let us try to assemble it again and then fill with hydraulic oil so that it may function well. Let us also start by the ending step. You put this bell. Let's have a piston. We put a piston inside into lubricate each component so that they may move smoothly. Try to tighten by using a plier as we did it before. Tighten it up to a reliable torque. Okay, let's stop by here. Now let us go on small piston side. Let us put inside a small piston. This is an application of a principle of hydraulics which states that the liquids provide great increase in the work force. By using a small cylinder and a piston, we can raise a larger load at the other side. Try to tighten it at a reliable torque by using a spanner number 19. Let's put inside a small piston. You move it smoothly. You put a pin. This is a pin. You put 3 clips. As we did it before, we are applying a reverse process in assembling. Put another one. Now, only oil is remaining. Let us try to put oil inside. Okay. Now, let's put a release valve. Then we put oil inside. Let us refill it again up to the upper level of oil in order to remove air, in order to avoid or prevent air in the system. Once the system is full of oil, no air can be introduced inside. This is a filler this is a filler cup. Now a hydraulic jack is raising up the load. When the load is up, a sign is this one, that a piston will be held at the upside. Our load now is at the ending point. Then, before, we saw that our ram raised the load up to this level. But because we have done some maintenance of this jack, also we have filled it with the oil, the load now is raised up the ending point. Then when we need to lower down our load, we use a release valve to change the direction of oil from this chamber up to the reservoir. The load itself will lower it down. Now, we have removed air from our system. We have removed impurities from our systems. Now our system is working well. Differently from before. This is what we call a single acting cylinder, where the load is lowered by itself. Okay, now this is the end of our topic of today. Next time we shall see how to disassemble a hydraulic pump. Now, this is a hydraulic jack. Now it is well working. Now, we had 3 objectives. Each student should have known how to maintain a hydraulic system. Now, I think each one can try to maintain a hydraulic system of a hydraulic jack. Then, we have seen different types of hydraulic system. We have seen different symbols. Then, this is the end of our topic today. Thank you. Your kind attention.
mubyeyi urifuza guteganyiriza umwana wawe ejo heza, gana mu mashuri ya apejerwa ariyo Lycée de Ruhango Ikirezi hamwe na Emeru Intwari. Muri Lycée de Ruhango Ikirezi tubafitiye amashami akurikira: Culinary Art cyangwa se ibijyanye n'ubutetsi, hari level 1, level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Food and Beverage Services tubafitiye level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye kandi accounting cyangwa se ibaruramari level 3, level 4 ndetse na level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubukanishi bw'amamodoka mu byiciro bikurikira: Auto Engine Technology level 3, Auto Transmission and Control System Technology level 4, Automobile Transmission and Control System Technology level 5. Tubafitiye n'ubwubatsi masonry level ya 3, level ya 4 ndetse na level ya 5. Tubafitiye tourism ubukerarugendo level ya 3, iya 4 ndetse n'iya 5. Turabibutsa ko tubafitiye n'icyiciro rusange tonkome. Naho muri Emeru Intwari tubafitiye amashami y'umwaka umwe akurikira: Automotive Technology ubukanishi bw'amamodoka level ya mbere, Hairdressing ubwiza no gutunganya umusatsi level ya mbere, Tailoring ubudozi level ya mbere, Masonry ubwubatsi level ya mbere. Muri aya mashuri yombi tubafitiye abarimu b'inzobere harimo n'abaturuka hanze y'igihugu. Tubafitiye kandi n'amacumbi y'abakobwa ndetse n'ay'abahungu. Abanyeshuri bacu bakora ingendo shuri mu gihugu ndetse no hanze yacyo. Tubaha umwanya wo kwimenyereza umwuga mu bigo bijyanye n'ibyo biga. Dukorera kandi graduation abanyeshuri basoje amasomo yabo. Aya mashuri aherereye mu mujyi wa Ruhango hafi ya gare. Ku bindi bisobanuro mwaduhamagara kuri 0788366219 cyangwa se 0722356668. Mwanaduhamagara kandi kuri 0788366213 cyangwa se 0788202285. Mwanadusura kuri website y'ishuri www.apejerwa.ac.rw. Umurimo ukozwe neza utuma batugirira icyizere.